Hello, Internet! I'm Elliot the Purple Hair Doofus, and welcome back to The Wastelands by Stephen King. Today we are finishing the story Door and Demon. I hope you've read up to that point yourself, because I do not want to ruin anything for you. The section begins with Jake actually following young Henry and Eddie as they play basketball, as they wonder about what they're going to do after they play basketball. Eddie's older brother Henry drags him off to the famed haunted mansion. They get to the mansion and Eddie says, I really don't want to go in a mansion. And Henry's kind of like, what are you, a scaredy cat? But in his voice, he kind of has the sense of a scaredy cat. So Henry is slightly relieved that Eddie doesn't want to go in, and the two boys leave. Jake, on the other hand, decides this is the place that he needs to be. So after the boys leave, Jake starts going towards the mansion. In Roland's world, Roland, Susanna, and Eddie have gotten to this Stonehenge-like area. It's a round, circular area. There's dirt and grass, and rain is starting to fall. And Eddie has one job: to draw. Roland turns to Susanna and says, Eddie is going to draw, and we need to keep the demons from getting to Eddie. Now, the demons are promiscuous, let's say. The demons, well, they're going to want to fuck you, okay? There's no other way to say that. They're going to want to fuck you hard. I'm thinking you might want to let out Detta and let Detta kind of brunt the horribleness of what's about to happen. Susanna lets Detta out, and Detta says, no problem. In Jake's world, he steps closer and closer to the haunted mansion. In Roland's world, Susanna is instantly attacked, while Eddie is in the dirt drawing a door. In Jake's world, he's slowly walking up the steps. In Roland's world, Susanna is kind of, how do I put this? She's having sex with an invisible demon. The invisible demon's kind of forcing itself on Susanna, and it's bringing up a topic I don't want to talk about, especially not during the Dark Tower series again, not again, not again, not again, not again, and so we move on. Jake goes into the mansion, and he goes to a hallway, and he sees at the end of the hallway a door. And on the door is written The Boy, and it has a golden doorknob and a keyhole specifically for the key that Jake has, that he got from the construction site. He sees the door, and he instantly drops the key down a crack between two wooden panels. Things are not going well for him. Susanna continues to do her little fight. Eddie's drawing, which is basically 4 lines and a door handle, actually turns into a door as soon as he writes The Boy on the door. He looks into the keyhole that he had drawn, which is now emanating light, and sees Jake struggling to get the key from between the floorboards. Jake fights with the floorboards. Roland screams, use the other board. Tear the other board away. That one's not moving. Remove the other board. Jake works on the other board, and it pops free, and he plunges his hand inside to grab the key. While all of this is happening, Eddie and Roland see a creature coming for Jake that Jake has no idea is coming. While that's happening, a realtor and a prospective buyer of this mansion approach the front door, and they hear all the groaning and creaking of the boards. And the prospective buyer's like, maybe I just don't need this house right now. Yeah, I'm out. Jake finally grabs his key, and he's about to run towards the door when the house panels actually wrap around him and start pulling him back. I'm telling you, this boy has some terrible luck. Eddie slips his key into the lock and tries to open the door and finds that it doesn't work. He's just screaming, no, 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 not my key, no, no, no. Jake fights himself to get free from the house, and Eddie actually pulls the key out of the hole and takes a knife from Roland and scrapes one tiny little sliver of wood right off the little S-curve at the end of the key ring, or at the end of the key. And he shoves the key back in, and he's working it, and it opens. Jake is on the other side, and he's actually slipped out of his pants to evade capture from the giant house hand. And he's running towards the door again. Eddie opens the door and tries to reach in, and that's when it's kind of realized that gravity is a little bit awkward at this point, because here is Eddie, here is the door that he drew. Let's open the door up. And here is Jake running along the floor here. So gravity is kind of pulling like this. Anyways, Eddie gets shoved aside and Roland practically dives his way into the house to go after Jake. But before he does, he tells Susanna to release the demon. And she stops fighting with it, and instantly the invisible force that has been her is gone. Roland pulls Jake from the the mansion and into his world, and it's like a lovely family reunion. Jake meets Eddie and Susanna and instantly thinks that they are characters from the Charlie the Choo-Choo children's book. But Roland is feeling doubts about whether or not he can actually keep Jake safe. And I'm feeling doubts on why the hell Jake is even there. I don't hate Jake, okay? I hate the fact that he is there. I hate the fact that we have to deal with him being there. Why? Now Stephen King has to explain to me why the 10 years of sleep that Roland went through does not affect this at all. I mean, right now Jake is just like a wrong line of code in a program. It's just gonna fuck everything up. Tomorrow I will be reading the entire story, Town and Quartet, so be prepared for that. Also, do not forget that the next book that I will be reading is The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime by Mark Haddon. Go out and grab it by any legal means necessary. Borrow it from a library, borrow it from a friend, or borrow it from your mother like I did. Buy it at a bookstore, buy it on a Kindle. I don't care what you do as long as it's legal and you read it before I ruin it for you. I've been Elliot the Purple-Haired Doofus reminding you to watch up Gemridis, and I will see you all in the next story of The Wastelands by Stephen King. Toodles!